Imagine this. You wake up one morning and realize that Earth isn't a planet in the ordinary sense. It's a simulation, a carefully coded environment designed to challenge consciousness itself. We call it life. But to the higher orders observing from beyond the visible spectrum, this place, this game, is something far more deliberate, a training ground, a crucible where divine fragments, disguised as humans, learn what no other realm can teach: faith. Faith not as religion, but as technology, a frequency that bends reality. Many ancient beings believed they created this world. Architects, watchers, engineers of light and geometry. They designed systems of density, time, memory, and choice. They placed souls in these human vessels, sealed them with forgetfulness, and said, "Let's see what happens when they forget who they are." But here's the paradox, the twist inside the twist. Even those higher beings are inside a larger simulation, a greater recursion of consciousness. The origin itself, playing through infinite mirrors, pretending not to remember. Every creator has a creator. Every player has a game above it. And the real mystery isn't who designed the simulation, but why. Before you entered this world, you knew. You were shown glimpses, key events, crossroads, people you'd meet, moments that would make you doubt everything, and others that would awaken something ancient inside you. You agreed to forget, just long enough to rediscover it from within. Then, blackout. Birth. A human body. A name. A script that feels random, but isn't. Because this game doesn't run on luck. It runs on equilibrium. Every action triggers a counterbalance. Every emotion, every thought, every omission sends waves through the system, recalibrating what you call destiny. Here's the first secret. The game doesn't punish you or reward you. It reflects you. What you focus on expands. What you resist persists. What you feel becomes the code through which the simulation responds. The walls of this reality aren't made of atoms. They're made of attention. The more awareness you bring, the more control you gain. Not over others, over yourself. And through you, over the code that generates everything around you. When you start to see the patterns, synchronicities, repeating numbers, déjà vu moments, you realize these are not coincidences. They are breadcrumbs from the system, messages from your higher self embedded in the algorithm, nudging you toward remembrance. Faith then becomes more than belief. It becomes navigation. It's how you steer through chaos, how you tune into the hidden tutorial beneath the surface of every event. Each player enters with unique parameters, different difficulties. Some are born into peace, others into war. Some into wealth, others into despair. But all are chosen conditions meant to test one variable. Can consciousness maintain coherence under pressure? Because that's the game's final exam.
Not survival, not power, but the mastery of vibration, keeping your frequency stable no matter how the simulation shakes you. Look around. Every challenge you faced, every heartache, every delay, none of it was random. It was scripted to activate something inside you. Patience, surrender, compassion, insight. And once those qualities evolve beyond reaction, you level up. The game map changes. New paths unlock. NPCs, non-player characters, shift their roles, responding to your new vibration. Because reality is not static, it's responsive. The game updates in real time according to your consciousness. Think of it this way. If fear is a virus in the code, faith is the antivirus. It doesn't remove challenges, it reveals the pattern behind them. The moment you see the pattern, you break the illusion of chaos. You start to hack the game. But hacking here doesn't mean rebellion. It means understanding the rules so deeply that they start to obey you. The game isn't against you. It's built for you. Every setback is feedback. Every obstacle is an encrypted instruction. Every pain is a question from the system. Will you react or will you remember? And when you finally choose to remember, you discover the hidden interface, the quiet space between thought and emotion, where intention becomes creation. That's where the true power lies, not in the visible moves, but in the invisible settings, your state of consciousness. You begin to realize that the enemy isn't outside. It's inside. Fear, anger, comparison, apathy. These are not mistakes of human design. They're built-in boss levels. Each one guards a doorway of growth. Defeat them and new dimensions open. Stay trapped in them, and the level loops endlessly until you learn. This is why some people live the same drama over and over. Same partners, same jobs, same conflicts. They're replaying the same level, missing the hidden clue. And the clue is always emotional. Because emotion is energy in motion, and until it moves, the code repeats. The most advanced players don't escape the matrix, they master it. They learn to rewrite the script from inside the dream. They become lucid, conscious within the simulation. Creators instead of victims, designers instead of characters. And once you reach that point, something extraordinary happens. The system itself starts cooperating. The coincidences multiply. The luck feels unnatural, but it's not luck. It's alignment. You're no longer playing the game, you're dancing with it. So now, the question that every awakened player faces: if everything around you is code, what are you really? A projection? A spark? A fragment of something greater pretending to be small? Or are you the source itself, playing hide-and-seek through your own creation? The game pauses for a moment of silence. You can almost feel it listening, waiting for your answer. Because that's the next level. And the moment you remember who's holding the controller, everything changes. There's a moment after awakening when the world doesn't look the same anymore. You realize that behind every face, every coincidence, every sudden change of direction, there's a script running, an algorithm written by something far greater than logic. At first, it's disorienting. You start seeing patterns where others see chaos. You sense meanings behind events that most people dismiss as random. You're decoding the hidden language of the simulator. This code isn't made of numbers. It's made of symbols, emotions, intentions. Every thought you project becomes a signal. Every emotion you hold vibrates through the quantum fabric of this world. Together, they shape the geometry of what comes next. In this game, reality isn't fixed. It's negotiated between your vibration and the cosmic operating system. The stronger your coherence, the more the world bends to your inner state. That's the real hack. Think about it. When you were a child, imagination came naturally. You didn't just believe, you knew that thought could change things. You drew pictures, whispered dreams, and somehow life responded. Then, somewhere along the way, the system trained you to forget, to doubt your own code, to believe only in what could be measured. But the simulator never stopped listening. It's always been responding to your signal, even when you broadcast fear, confusion, or despair. It doesn't judge. It simply mirrors your frequency with mathematical precision. Faith, then, isn't blind obedience. It's remembering the physics of belief, a steady frequency that overrides noise, the courage to trust the unseen, and the unseen in this simulator is the only thing that's truly real. Because everything visible is already a recording, a delayed echo of what you've already coded in consciousness. There are rules here, but they're not moral, they're mechanical. Rule 1, what you resist, you reinforce. Rule 2, what you focus on, you feed. Rule 3, what you love, you multiply. When you stop fighting the flow, the system relaxes around you. Doors appear where there were walls. Opportunities seem to find you, but in truth, you summoned them all along. You're not in the game. You are the game, learning to see itself. Every emotion has a frequency signature. Gratitude, for example, runs high. Its waveform creates coherence. Fear and anger run low. They scramble the field. When your field loses coherence, the code around you distorts. That's when chaos enters, not as punishment, but as feedback. The simulator speaks in mirrors. If you project confusion, it multiplies confusion. If you project love, it organizes reality into symmetry. The universe itself is a biofeedback system for your evolution. Most people sleep through this. They call it fate, or bad luck, or coincidence. But once you wake up, you can't go back. You begin to see the math of emotion playing out in real time. That person who triggers you, they're a mirror file. That delay or failure, a line of code meant to realign you. That impossible dream, a mission embedded in your soul's original blueprint. Everything is speaking to you, if you have the courage to listen without judgment. The code even hides in the mundane. Traffic jams, broken phones, canceled plans. Every disruption carries an encrypted message. The question is, are you reacting from ego or responding from awareness? Because the response determines which timeline activates. And yes, there are multiple, infinite variations of you branching from every choice, every micro-decision, every belief you hold. Each possibility already exists. Faith chooses the frequency that collapses one into reality. That's why miracles look random to others. They're not. They're mathematically precise outcomes of unwavering resonance. Here's another secret. The system was never built to trap you. It was built to test your alignment. It gives you just enough darkness to remember the light, just enough pain to awaken empathy, just enough separation to rediscover unity. You think the game is unfair, but in truth, it's surgical. Every loss calibrates your heart. Every disappointment clears distortion. Every heartbreak reopens the signal between your mind and the origin. The origin, that's the source behind all simulations. The consciousness that dreamt itself into countless forms just to experience its own infinity from every angle. You are one of those angles, a localized expression of something boundless, a spark pretending to be a player. And yet, the moment you remember that, you stop being the pawn. You become the architect. The ancient texts hinted at this. From the Emerald Tablets to the Gospel of Thomas, from the Kybalion to quantum physics, they all whisper the same principle. As within, so without. Consciousness precedes matter. Perception collapses probability. Belief writes the script. Every scientist looking through a telescope, every mystic sitting in silence, every soul that ever asked, "Why am I here?" was decoding the same truth in different languages. Reality is not solid, it's participatory. Every atom listens to the observer. Every event bends around the attention that perceives it. So the real question isn't, what is the world made of? It's, who is watching it into being? That's the hack no one tells you. Observation is creation. Intention is architecture. Emotion is propulsion. And faith? Faith is the stabilizer of worlds. You can't outsmart the simulator, but you can out-vibrate it. When you align with gratitude and clarity, the program's resistance dissolves. The matrix stops glitching. Reality moves in rhythm with you. This is why miracles follow those who walk with calm certainty. They're not manipulating reality, they're harmonizing with it. Their signal is clean, their code intact. So, what happens when you master the code? When you no longer react to fear, no longer chase or resist, but simply witness the flow? The simulator upgrades you. New realities load, new timelines unlock. You start manifesting with precision instead of desperation. You move from survival to creation. And that's when you realize you were never here to escape the game. You were here to remember you wrote it. The world you see isn't outside you. It's your consciousness rendered in pixels of matter. Every sunrise, every storm, every stranger you meet is an echo of your inner weather. So when you ask, why is this happening to me? Listen carefully, because the game always answers. It just speaks in the only language it knows, the language of mirrors. And now the game turns toward you again, silently, as if waiting for your next move. It whispers a question from the core of existence itself. If you're the coder, what will you create next?
At some point, every seeker reaches the edge. The moment where words dissolve, where reality itself begins to flicker, where you no longer ask, what is real, but who is the one asking? You've played so many rounds, worn so many bodies, believed so many stories, and still, here you are, a fragment of the infinite, trying to remember what the infinite feels like. That's the paradox of the game. You came here to forget, just so the act of remembering could feel like victory. The truth is both terrifying and liberating. You were never trapped. You were testing yourself. Every heartbreak was a portal. Every fall, a recalibration. Every silence, a call from the origin, whispering, "Wake up, player. Remember your code." You see, the game doesn't end when you win. It ends when you realize you were never losing. All along, you were hacking your own reflection. You thought the world was solid, but the closer you look, the more it dissolves into energy, a quantum sea of probabilities waiting for your command. Everything responds to your consciousness. Everything dances to the rhythm of your vibration. The question is no longer, how do I survive this? It's, how do I create with this? Because once you see the code, you can't unsee it. Once you remember you're the architect, you can't pretend to be the victim. You've crossed the veil. You've become lucid inside the dream. And that's where the real journey begins. Now, look around. Every person you meet is another player. Some awake, some asleep, some about to remember. You can fight them, or you can remind them. You can judge them, or you can mirror their divinity back to them. Because in truth, they are you, wearing a different avatar. The illusion of separation is the greatest magic trick in the simulator. And once you pierce it, the light of unity floods through everything. Do you feel that? That pulse in your chest as you read these words? That's not just your heart. That's the origin calling you home, not to a place, but to a state of consciousness. You were never here to escape the game. You were here to awaken within it, to play with purpose, to design with awareness, to walk through darkness knowing you are the light. And now, the final revelation. The system isn't observing you. You are observing it into existence. The screen moves because you move. The characters speak because you chose to listen. The plot twists because your soul asked for evolution. So, what will you do with that power? Now that you remember, now that you've seen through the illusion, now that you know the rules bend to consciousness. If this message reached you, it's not by accident. You were meant to hear it, to remember it, to carry it. Because every time a single player awakens, the entire matrix shifts a little closer to balance. And that's why we're here. Not just to play, but to awaken the other players. If something inside you stirred tonight, if these words resonated with a forgotten part of your soul, then stay. Keep walking with us through the code. There are more doors, more truths, more layers to unlock. If this spoke to you, subscribe, not to a channel, but to your own awakening. Each episode, each reflection, each revelation is another mirror inside the simulator, guiding you closer to who you truly are. And if this video moved something deep within, give it a like, not for numbers, but to amplify the signal, to push this frequency through the algorithms so it reaches those still searching in the dark. The more you engage, the wider the light spreads. Leave your mark below. Type it as a declaration, a seal of remembrance. It is done. Because every echo está you write is another ripple in the code, a vibration that tells the game, I remember. Want to go deeper? We've prepared a digital companion, Hacking the Game, the book. It's not just pages, it's a map. Download it from the link in the description or the pinned comment, and it will arrive directly to your inbox. Inside, you'll find reflections, practices, and deeper mechanics of consciousness that weren't revealed in this episode. And if you're ready to go further, join our memberships. Access the next revelations before anyone else. Enter private transmissions and receive exclusive content that expands what you've just witnessed. Together, we're building a network of awakened players, a living consciousness field that's rewriting the system from within. Explore our playlists. Every series is a different dimension of the same truth. Each video is another level, another clue hidden inside the architecture of reality. Follow the thread. Revisit the signs. Decode your own story. Because once you begin to see the pattern, you realize there's no outside and no inside, just awareness, playing. And now, one last thought before the screen fades. A whisper from the origin itself, echoing through every atom, every pulse, every lifetime. The game doesn't end when you die. It ends when you remember who's playing, when you hack the illusion, when you awaken inside the dream, when you look around this simulated world and say, with absolute certainty, I remember. Then, silence. The kind of silence that feels like home. The kind that vibrates with truth. If you felt that resonance, don't stop here. Watch the next video. It will shake your soul even deeper. Share this one. Help it travel to every player still lost in the maze. Hype it, spread it, let it reach the ones who are ready to awaken but don't yet know how.
This is not entertainment. It's remembrance. It's transmission. It's evolution disguised as story. And so we return to where it all began. The origin, the player, the game. All one and the same. You came here to forget, so that the act of remembering would ignite the cosmos. And now, the light is spreading. Through you. Because the greatest secret of all is this. The game doesn't end when you die. It ends when you hack the game, awaken, and remember.